is effective and smart. We want you to work smarter, not harder with our Joes. And this one is from Sun Joe. This is the 1500-watt electric weed burner with additional 1-year warranty. The QVC price on this one is $49 and 3 easy payments of $16.33. This is item M81391. So what you're getting is an electric weed burner and extension handle. Yes, I said weed burner because that's exactly what it's going to do. It is going to just go right over that weed and burn it right down to the root of the problem. And when it comes to pulling weeds, nobody likes to do that. And unless you are getting all the way down into the root of that weed, it's not dead, and it's coming back in a forceful way. It's probably coming back in a few different kinds of ways, but with this, you don't have to worry about that. So, Sean, tell me exactly how this is going to work.
Okay, so this one's really neat. It's really easy to use, too. So, to me, all you got to do is plug it into an extension cord, all right? So, determine what weeds in your yard need to be taken care of. Look, I can weed. Getting down on my hands and knees is not the problem. Getting up after you've done that for a little while,
Sure.
That's not so easy anymore. So this guy, you plug it in. See this little button right here? You're going to turn this on. Now, listen. Sounds like a hair dryer.
Right.
Well, it's just a really, really hot hair dryer. So see that glowing in there, Steve?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's what's going to heat up to that, 1,200 degrees. So then when you go ahead and you take this and you place it down over the weed, you are burning the weed, and you burn the weed down into the root. So that's the biggest problem when it comes to pulling weeds. You don't always get to the root, and just cutting off the root lets it grow again. When you burn down into the root, well, then you've destroyed it, so it's not going to come back. So we were out in the yard earlier today. We were burning a bunch of weeds in my yard. Oh, you'll see it smoke just like that, and you'll know, hey, I burned the weed. It's gone. It's done, and you just stand there. That's the beauty of this one. You really don't have to do any work. You can take a phone call. You can watch the kids playing on the swing set if you want, and you're weeding at the same time.
Yeah, that's perfect. Now, we only have 1,200 of these available. People have really enjoyed picking this one up. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from this one. What I think is so interesting about this, especially as we're seeing this over sort of stones and pavement, especially in those little cracks where it's difficult to get down in there. Because if you're not getting down to the root of it, like right here, exactly. So many of us have stones like this in our front and backyards, and they're just popping up in between those little cracks.
Right.
And it's virtually impossible to get down in there and get to the root of the problem. But with this, you're able just to sort of surround it and burn it right down to the root. Now, there's no gas involved. We're literally just plugging this in, right, Sean?
Yeah, that's all there is. You're just plugging this guy in. So the plug is right here. You got a 6-foot cord that's on this guy, then plug it into your extension cord. Now, the other cool thing is this is a 2-in-1. So if I take the extension handle off and just have the handheld piece, I'd take this little circular cone off the end there. For those of you that like to use charcoal grills and do barbecuing that way and struggle to light the charcoal, this will light your charcoal. This could light your fire pit. So not only is it a weeder, but it's a great way to light the fun things in life, like cooking out.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's really smart. I love a charcoal barbecue. I mean, I think it makes meat taste a little bit better, a little bit more old school.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the flavor is really good when you do that. So just take the handle off, take the cone off the end, and away you go to light that barbecue grill. But for taking care of your weeds, whether it's a dandelion like you're seeing here, whether it's all the other weeds that, patio pavers where the cracks or anything where they grow, as you said, trying to get that root out, basically, you'd need screwdrivers of different sizes to get down in those little cracks and crevices.
Right.
No one has the time for that. In my case, I don't spray any kind of pesticides in my yard. I have 3 dogs. So I don't want chemicals in the yard.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of companies out there that come out in the spray and all that, and your lawn looks great. But I don't want my kids rolling on that kind of stuff. I don't want my dogs rolling on that, or, they're playing with the ball and stuff like that and get a piece of grass or something that's got the chemicals on it. I don't want that.
No.
this is a great way to be able to get rid of the weeds without the chemicals.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, talk about like a really like fun and cool like stress reliever too, to get outside and get to burn in those little weeds. I
Yep.
mean, this is like a perfect moment to go outside and take care of what you need to in a really effective, sort of fun sort of way at the same time. Now, we only have 1,180 of these to go around. People are really enjoying this one because it's too cool. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a weed burner before, especially this one that's so sleek, and it's so easy because you don't have to bend down here. I'm just going to come in front of the
Right.
table and show you. You don't have to bend down and do anything. You just have
No,
to
you
just
just stand there.
right over the weed, burn it down. Right over the
Yeah.
weed, burn it down. That's what's so easy about this. And you know what? It just looks a heck of a lot more tidy when your yard is weedless, essentially. And they pop up all the time, especially during this time of year, right, Sean?
Yeah. Right now, I'm really good at growing weeds. So my flowers and stuff are starting to come in. Hopefully, they'll be blooming soon. But the weeds seem to come up first. And even if you put down the stuff that gets rid of the weeds, you're still going to get some here and there. The older you get, the harder it is to get down on your hands and knees and weed these guys out. So now just take your weed burner to them. And that's the cool thing about it. You just put it down over there and you get a 3-year warranty with this guy. So let's face it, you're covered this year, next year, the following year. So if you have any issues, give us a call. We'll take care of you. But it doesn't get any easier than that. I mean, you just stand there, burn the weed, move on to the next one.
Yeah, that's awesome. We've sold over 5,100 of these this year. We have 1,180 of these remaining. And we've got a 30-day return policy, so you're going to want to bring this home. And if it's not for you, then you can absolutely return it. But trust me, once you burn that first weed and see how easy it is, your back is going to thank you from bending down and pulling that out. Maybe you didn't get to the root of it and it's going to sprout right back up in a couple days. This is that best way to get rid of all of those pesky weeds in a really smart sort of way at the same time. Now, this is an amazing value for $49 and 3 easy payments of $16.33. It's really easy just to plug right in. There's no gas, no chemicals involved. You don't have to worry about any of that because this is the smartest way to get those weeds right on out of your yard. And as Sean was saying, you can actually take off this sort of extender pole and just light it right there. You can use it as a light for your fire pits or your barbecue at the same time. So it's multifunctional at the same time, in addition to taking care of all of those weeds that we cannot stand at all. Because let's face it, pulling weeds is really, really challenging for some of us, especially, if you are having some kind of arthritis or dexterity issues, and you like to garden, this is a great moment for you. Talk about an amazing Mother's Day or Father's Day gift, especially if you want to give your parents that moment to get out there and take care of what they need to. And I mean, it's a fraction of the physical that goes into taking out a weed, right, Sean?
Right. Yeah, it really is because you're standing there. So you're in an upright position, you're comfortable. Look, you can be talking on your phone while you're burning one weed. You move on to the next one. So you can see, just walk around the yard, place it over there. You'll see it. You'll see some smoke come out from the weeds. You'll smell some of them when they're burning. You'll know, all right, lift it up. This one's done. Move on to the next one. So it doesn't get any easier. And again, there's your little on-off switch. You just hit this button here. Listen, it sounds like a hair dryer.
Yeah.
It's a really powerful hair dryer because once you get this on, you can see that red glow in there.
Yeah.
So that heats up to 1,200 degrees. All right. So that's really going to do the job of burning that weed. Then when you're done, just turn it off. We have that little stand that you have on there so you don't have to rest it on a surface. You can have it there. There's also a little hook that you can go ahead and you can hang it up when you're done with it. So it doesn't have to be on the floor or the garage or the shed, wherever you're going to store it.
Perfect.
And the great thing is you get that extended warranty with it. So it's good year after year after year.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is amazing. So tonight we've had quite a few picked up already. So far this year, we've sold over 5,100 of these weed burners. We have 1,150 available right now. So these are going really, really fast. So many of us went outside yesterday to hunt for Easter eggs and be outdoors and enjoy our springtime and our Easter celebrations. This is the time for us to be outside and really enjoy our yards, have our friends and family come over. And you want it to look nice and tidy, right? But this is that moment that you can take care of all those pesky weeds in the smartest sort of way. This is such a fun way to take care of something that's, let's face it, not so fun, right, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, nobody ever said, "Hey, I can't wait to weed again." So ask my kids. They are like, oh, they never want to volunteer for that job again. So this is so much easier. You just place it over the weed like that. It burns the weed down to the root. So no more getting on your hands and knees. Stand up, relax. Just plug it in.
Definitely.
Any extension cord, it can be 25 feet, 200 feet long, doesn't matter. Plug it into this guy. You'll smell it when that weed's burning. If you're not sure, just pick it up and look at it. Once it's charred black, move on to the next one. That's
Yeah.
all you have to do. So, I mean, it's real easy. It's nice and lightweight too, so it's not like you're carrying around something that's really heavy, but
Right.
it does a great job. So, just take your time with it, go from weed to weed, and you'll love the results that you see from this one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's literally just over 2 pounds. So it's super lightweight. It's super easy. I mean, imagine just going like from weed to weed, burning those right through. Maybe you hook up your Aqua Gel and then just spray all of that away. You can just easily take care of those weeds in the smartest kind of way, especially as we're going to be outside having so much fun. We want it to look really, really nice. And who wants to look at weeds? Nobody. And who wants to pull them? Absolutely
Yeah.
nobody. But you can
Yeah. And
take. Go ahead.
Yeah. And in my case, like I said, I don't like the chemicals.
No.
So if you have pets and stuff like that, I don't want the chemicals on the grass. Oh, it just takes care of the weeds. Yeah, but it's still out there. So this is a better alternative, if you ask me.
Right. For $49, 3 easy payments of $16.33. That is a smart way to take care of a really pesky job. This is item M81391 from Sun Joe. This is the 1500-watt electric weed burner with that additional 1-year warranty. Sean, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Have a good rest of your night.
You as well. We'll see you soon. Now, in case you missed it, we